Well, that's a long story, but we'll try to make it condensed. I was working in Silicon Valley in the late 70s, and I decided to have a sort of a change in direction of my career. And I went back to school and I started taking some photography and some broadcasting classes at Foothill College. And I got involved with radio, and radio brought me to sort of the advertising side of radio. And I started selling some underwriting and some ads for the radio station and magazines. And I sold to a small business in St. Carlos, Rod Records. And Rod, he asked me if I'd like to work part-time because I knew a lot about records and music. And I always loved music growing up and with my family and friends, obviously. We went to see shows and enjoyed listening to albums, and I started collecting albums at a young age also. I started working for him part-time, and after about a year, I said, I like this, what I'm doing, why don't we work a little more? So I decided to work for him for a little bit. Another year passes, and I said I need a little more than just a part-time job working for him, and how about selling me a portion of the business? Well, we tried to work out the deal, but it didn't come to fruition, and I ended up buying just a small store. He had two stores at that time, one in San Carlos and on 25th Avenue here. And I said, what about the 25th Avenue store? And he ended up agreeing to, our discussion and sold me the store on this street at 119 West 25th Avenue. And that was in 1984. That was in March of 1984. At that time, I was just taking a chance, a whim, see how it goes. And I still had the lease of the building that he was leasing. It carried to me, and I took over. And I ended up renewing that lease because I was having fun, enjoyed it. And 3 years passes, and I'm still doing it. I'm saying, wow, it's working out. And I'm enjoying what I'm doing and having a good time and listening to music and great customers, and I like the street, I like the location, I like San Mateo. And I continued doing that I signed another lease for another 3 years on that same building, but I needed to expand. We were expanding, the business was doing well, customer base was doing well. I needed more space to bring in more equipment and records, and now we're talking into the 80s. We're talking that CDs are coming out, so another format is coming out. So I decided to look for another location, and I found this one, 151 West 25th Avenue. San Mateo, I like the location. 25th Avenue here is sort of got that old school sort of setting. It was probably established in the late 50s, probably the post-war, World War II, and it was a neighborhood small street that had small businesses that were kind of starting out or, creating a little more neighborhood-friendly attitude or approach to where you can walk from your house to a small location and either shop or dine or just enjoy yourself walking around the streets. My future goals in San Mateo, actually, I am considering retirement. I would like to pass the torch. There is somebody interested. There's a number of people that are interested in buying the business. It's just, getting all that worked out. I'm on a rental here, a lease. So, that's a thing that we have to overcome. I mean, the business itself, the product itself is here, but they would like to stay on this block. They would like to stay in San Mateo, obviously, but they love this location because of the small quaintness of it, parking out front, and there's no real crime around. It's very safe to walk with your family or come in, and you don't have to worry about your car being broken into or anything like that. So I get a lot of people from all different areas of the Bay Area, even California, even the world, coming in here, and they're enjoying themselves because they enjoy it. The advice I would say is, first of all, look for a good location, look for a business, also have a business plan. Obviously, you have to have a business plan. You're going to have financial stability in a way, at least to survive. There are 3 years that I would say in my career, 3 to 4, that I didn't have any income. I was losing money. My wife said, what are you doing? I didn't mortgage the house, so to speak, but I wasn't making any money. I was losing money constantly, and every year it was a negative. But I always had this drive and had this sort of insight to we're going to make a comeback. Records are going to make, I know because I have a big base of people that come in here constantly and love records and love music, that it's going to expand from there. And it did. It's a tough thing to say, you know, you have to have so much money involved into a business to start out, because there are going to be bad years, and you never know if it's going to be the first year or it's going to be the 5th year, or it's not going to always be an easy task to say, I'm going to be successful right off the bat. You're going to have to find the right business to be in. You're going to have a big plan, and you're going to have a great location. Keep on rocking.